Oh yeah, pipe smokers. Haha. Yeah. Happy Friday. Thank God it's Friday. Yeah. It's the 31st of January 2025. Yeah. So let's have a smoke together. Yeah, I've got the pipe I'm going to smoke and the blend. And so you grab yours and something to drink. Let's have a Friday night smoke together. Yeah. Oh yeah, so cheers. So we got a bush beer here, or a partial bush. Cheers. Yeah, it's snowing out right now. Mm. Let's set something on fire. Got my EA Carry bowl number 323, which is made out of olive wood. Oh man, I love this bowl. And it's broken in, and in that I've got some Seattle Pipe Club plum pudding bourbon barrel aged, which you can't get anymore because Sutliff made it. But somebody said that somebody else may be picking this blend up. I don't know. I hope so. I love it. Let's set something on fire. Mm. Mm. Thank God that it is Friday and I have Saturday and Sunday off, as usual. My Greek pillar tamper, gifted to me by Mr. Mark Hill, made by Jack the Piper. And Mark gifted this to me too, you know. He's a good mate. Mark, I have like a pound of tobacco here that I gotta send you. We know about that. I'll get it out next week, I promise. Along with some other things that you will love. Yeah, so last night's video, I was just thinking, about things that will lead to a happy, long life. Things that I've experienced that I never used to have, that I really had to work hard for to get peace into my life. And I thought the video turned out pretty well. I got, it came from the heart, and it came out of my mouth. I don't usually write anything down, but I did. I was sitting there all day at work thinking, keys to a long life. And I wrote all this stuff down, 10 things, and then plus some other side notes or whatever. And then I was just like, Lord, help me put this all together and make a video that maybe a lot of people might appreciate, And I had to watch it back a few times. I was like, oh, man. This plum pudding. Once you get her going, she's awesome. Seattle Pipe Club plum pudding. One of my subscribers asked, where can I get that? I've looked all over. I says, you can't get it right now. And I'm thinking to myself, and I'm not sending you mine. So we're going to, I love to watch stuff on TV, and I know 2 a.m. pipe on the patio. Loves this stuff like I do, all right? Like tool restoration videos, you know? And I don't own a computer. I just have a nice cell phone. I don't know how to edit. Some of these tool restorations might take, 20 hours. I can't put my phone on pause and, that's the way I edit. The way I edit is I just roll and then I pause the video and then I'll do some more stuff or whatever. And then, all right, here's where we ended up with this. And then here's the next step. And that's the way I do it. I just roll, So for Johnny Onion Manning, 2 a.m. Johnny Onion Mannion, 2 a.m. pipe on the patio. I ordered a knife just like that, an old timer made by Schrade. The exact same knife. I should have used this knife. We're going to restore that. And then I bought a hatchet made by Estwing. They've been making hammers and sledgehammers and axes and hatchets in the United States of America since 1920, and they're like premium, like top of the line stuff. I own one of those. I could have restored it. But I bought another one just to restore it. Who knows? Johnny, they might just show up on your doorstep after I'm done. I don't know. So I'm going to do a couple videos for my buddy Johnny. 2 a.m. pipe on the patio. A couple of restoration videos. Just for you. Oh, yeah. This is smoking so good. I love this blend. I just love this blend. I've got, I don't know, maybe 8 ounces of it left. I hope somebody picks it up. So you ever think about somebody that you knew like 20, 30 years ago and look them up on Facebook? I do that all the time. And some people, I'm like, holy shit, man, they look terrible now. It's all about the lifestyle, I think. You've got to eat right and drink the correct amount of beer. Get your share of exercise, If you get those things out of line, drink way too much alcohol, way too little exercise and stuff, you're going to look like shit in 20 years if you don't already. So I thought about this one girl that I worked with her father, and her father, his first name is Salvatore. Okay. Italian. All right. 100% Italian. And when I was in my 20s, a single guy, I worked with him. And unfortunately, he passed away last year, just shy of his 82nd birthday. He passed away. So he lived to 81. So basically, he was 22 years older than me, and like I said before, I worked with them, and I was a single young man, wild. And he came up to me one day and he said, I have a beautiful young daughter. He says, I think you should take her out. And I was like, really? Now, back in those days, I was just looking to have fun. I'll leave it at that. But this is a man that I respected. He asked me to take his daughter out. She's younger, a few years younger than I am. She was like, I think, 23, and I think I was 26 or 27. Well, I took her out on one or two dates, dinner dates, and I didn't make any moves or anything. I mean, when I picked her up, I went in the house. I saw him. He showed me a house and this and that. That his daughter came out, beautiful Italian girl, beautiful Catholic, God-fearing Catholic girl. And here I was, in reality, a wild man. And I only took her out on one, maybe two dates at the most, just to dinner. I never kissed her, none of that stuff. And it's because I had respect for her father. I just couldn't do what I did with, some of the other girls that I went out with. I wasn't going to take his daughter home and, stuff like that. I guess you get it, And because of that, I was like, look, I just can't do this. I can't pursue my physical interests with this guy's daughter that he's thinking I'm going to take her out and treat her right, which I did. But I wasn't going to treat her wrong. I wasn't going to take it. Not that I don't want to say take advantage, but I wasn't going to have fun with his daughter and not be serious about marrying her. So I respected him. Well, I looked her up, and she's like 56 years old now, 4 years younger than me. And it's like, holy shit, she's beautiful. And I went to friend request her, and it won't let me. And so, and I can't make comments on any of her stuff. So I scrolled down until all of a sudden, boom, one thing popped up that anybody could make a comment on her Facebook. I tried, instant messaging her through Facebook and so forth. Didn't respond back. Maybe it didn't go through because we weren't friends on Facebook. So I put, hey, do you remember me? And boom, the next morning I woke up and, man, this girl, she's gorgeous. A beautiful Italian girl. And she's not a crazy Italian girl. She's like a meek and mild one, but she's not afraid to tell you her mind, which I love. And so, we got to texting each other and so forth, and I don't know. We'll see where it goes. She's supposed to call me in about a half hour. We've texted each other a few different times, and but I still want to show respect. And at my age, I'm not looking to hop in bed with a woman. I'm just not. When I was in my 20s, that was my main goal. Okay, you older guys know what I'm talking about. Your main goal was to get a woman in bed and have fun. That's not my main goal anymore. That's the last thing on my mind. And this girl at 56 is gorgeous. I says, how do you still look relatively almost the same as you did than when you were like 23? And she's like, well, I've taken care of myself. I take care of myself. I work out and do this and do that and blah, blah, blah. It's like, so, we'll see where it goes, and she asked me, she says, so are you married or are you single? And I can't lie. I don't have it in me to lie. Plus I'm not going to do that. I mean, what if I told her, yeah, I'm single, I'm not married, and all of a sudden, things progress and, we want to take it to the next level. I have to say, yeah, there's one little thing. I'm still legally married. I didn't share that with you. I don't want to have to go through that and backtrack and all that stuff. And that's the important thing about being truthful with others, is because when you tell the truth is always the truth. It's going to remain in your mind. Okay? So if somebody asks you a question and then they ask the same question later on, they're going to get the same answer, right? If you lie, then you have to remember that lie. They may ask you the same question later on, and you might think to yourself, oh, what did I tell them before? That's no way to live. So I was upfront and I was totally honest. I said, look, here's the situation. I've been separated. I'm still legally married, but I've been separated for almost 11 years. But legally, I am still married. And she's like, well, I says, maybe we can meet for brunch or something like that. She's like, I don't know about that. She says, I wasn't raised that way. You're still married. I says, look, I understand. I says, I wouldn't date a married woman. And I was being truthful. I'm always truthful. I says, I wouldn't date a married woman either. I said, but if she hadn't lived with her husband for 11 years, they're not together anymore, you're either with somebody or you're not, I would date somebody that was still legally married, but they hadn't been together with their spouse for 11 years. There's no connections there anymore other than maybe their kids. And I let that sink in. And she's like, hey, you know what? Maybe we can meet for a drink or something like that. And I'm like, okay, now she might want to get together. So we'll see how tonight's phone call will go. Either way, I'm going to respect whatever she thinks. She might want to talk to me and be like, I've been thinking you're still legally married. Nah, we can't meet for a drink or whatever. And I wouldn't meet her for a drink. I'm not a bar person anymore, unless I take an Uber. I'd like to meet her for like brunch, like a late breakfast, something like that. Not in a bar. So what do you guys and girls think? Do you think that me being not living with my wife, I'm still currently legally married, haven't lived with my wife for 11 years. We haven't slept together in 7 years. I still care about her as my children's mother. I still love her as my children's mother. but I don't love her as a wife anymore, and I believe she feels the same way. She still loves me, but as her children, our children's, I'm the kids' children's father. So what do you think? Am I open? Am I eligible to date? What's your thoughts on that? I told her, I says, look, it would just be a matter of spending $1,000, if something happened between us and we, wanted to get married or whatever. It would be $1,000. My wife and I don't share any financial stuff or anything like that. It'd cost $1,000 to dissolve it. I just haven't done it. And there's reasons that I'm not going to tell you about why I haven't. We share certain insurances and so forth. And if you're not married to that person, you have to dissolve those insurance policies. And I haven't found anybody that I want to marry. Nor, and so I, why get divorced? Anyways, that's my thoughts. I'm Paul the Pipe Guy. Happy Friday. Man, is my face getting thinner, or is it my imagination? My gut's going down, my face is getting thinner. I'm feeling good, I'm having more energy. I got down to 170 pounds. And then I got up to 220. 170 was way too light for me. I'm good around 190, so I got to lose about 25 pounds still. I haven't stepped on the scale, though. I might be closer to my goal, I just got to start eating right and stuff and doing that, taking my vitamins and that, and it'll just fall off like before. Anyways, I'm Paul the Pipe Guy. I'd love to hear your thoughts on dating if you're still legally married, but you haven't been with your spouse in over a decade. Paul the Pipe Guy, over and out. Happy Friday.